What's going on, everybody? It's Simply Bimply here, bringing you the highest quality nonsense YouTube has to offer. And last night I watched the Game of the Year awards, and boy was it something. So I just wanted to go over what happened during the awards, and what games won, and if they deserved it or not, in my opinion. As well as talking about some things that I hear people complaining about with this Game of the Year awards. So first off, I want to talk about the games that were announced, and what games I wanted to get announced that didn't. So first off, which was a big announcement, was The Witcher 4, and as someone who hasn't played a Witcher game before, I know my existence is pointless, but even with me having zero knowledge of this series, even I am excited for this, mainly because I have a lot of friends who played The Witcher 3 and they really looked excited for this game. And of course there's some people who are up in arms and throwing temper tantrums because the MC is going to be a woman, and I just don't even know what to say to that. You would think in the year 2024 people would stop not allowing themselves to enjoy great pieces of media because they're too busy playing Count the Woman. But anyway, moving on, we also got another huge announcements for Elden Ring Night Rain, which surprisingly isn't another expansion similar to Shadow of the Erdtree, but it's its own standalone title. But I am a little worried about this game because it's mainly going to have a focus on co-op and being a roguelike, as well as seeing a lot of journalists who have played the games themselves, where I'm seeing a lot of people say that there's some similarities to Fortnite, even saying that this huge bird is basically just the battle bus of this game. Which, as someone who thinks Fortnite is responsible for how soulless and money-focused gaming has become in the more recent years, this new Elden Ring game might not be as good as we all think it might be. But this new Elden Ring game is also confirmed to be a non-live service game, so there is some good news. And this game isn't guaranteed to be Fortnite but in Elden Ring's engine, but it's just that I see some red flags. And a smaller announcement we got was another game from the creators of A Way Out called Hazelight Studios, where they announced a new co-op story game by the name of Split Fiction, which seems like a futuristic cyber theme, but will also have a fantasy theme throughout the game. And even though I haven't played a Hazelight Studio game yet, these types of games have always appealed to me, you know, just a game that you could play with your friend and experience the story together. Now we're moving on to some worse news. Yes, I know that there was some other announcement, but I just want to talk about the main things. So some game announcements I wanted to see that we got no news for were some repeating names like Half-Life 3, but to be fair, people have been thinking Half-Life 3 is going to get announced for over a decade, so that's not very surprising. But a game that I really did want to see get announced was the Max Payne remaster, and when I seen my GOAT, Sam Lake, walk up onto that stage, I was hoping we would get at least one hint to the Max Payne remaster. But instead, we had Sam Lake do an inner monologue in black and white, then he did a funky little dance, and he announced a game award, then just got off the stage. No Max Payne remaster, and sadly, I do not think I'll be a voice actor in the next Alan Wake game. And another obvious game that everyone wanted to see was GTA 6 Trailer 2, and I swear Jeff Kinley sat on the stage and blue-balled me at least 4 times, saying things like, "The stars aligned, and this is one of the most loved developers," just for it to be a Naughty Dog game. Like, yeah, the studio that its most recent game was one of the biggest controversies in gaming. Yes, one of the most beloved developers. Like, there was at least 3 different opportunities to show a GTA 6 trailer, and instead we just got a new Naughty Dog IP. And we also watched Silent Hill 2 get robbed for about 3 hours straight. Throughout a total of 5 different award nominations, Silent Hill 2 Remake didn't win a single one, even after being very well received from series fans and game critics. And I get why it didn't win for the voice actor award, even though you could definitely make an argument against it, but where I feel like Silent Hill 2 really got robbed was the sound design award instead of just the soundtrack itself. And of course, we didn't get any Bloodborne remaster news, but that's not surprising in the slightest. Bloodborne remaster is basically like the original Modern Warfare 2 remaster of the Souls community. A widely adored game that is considered the peak of the series that would be an instant win if they just release a remaster of the game, but they would rather save it for a bad year instead of releasing games they know people want to play. But either way, nothing I mentioned can compare to the amount of shock I was in finding out that Blue Mario won over Wukong. Don't get me wrong, Astrobot is a great game, but it's basically just a glorified tech demo that is just to sell PS5s. And that really won over a game that had hype building up for years, and in my opinion had a million times more replay value. But either way, that's it for this year of the Game Awards. Maybe next year we'll get Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League 2. Anyway, that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, bye!